Does it really matter who was first, whether it was Toyota with the RAV4 or Honda with the CR-V or Land Rover with the Freelander? All I can tell you is since the mid-90s, when the smaller, more compact SUVs came to market, the segment has absolutely boomed and taken off. So it's critical that a manufacturer is represented here. The Freelander, well, yeah, that lovely Freelander, it had its mechanical issues, didn't it? Some reliability problems. But one thing it did have over its competitors, it was a pucker, serious off-road machine. Now, where most of the modern day competitors have gone the soft-road option, the fact that the Freelander badge has been replaced with the Discovery badge means this company is sticking to what they do best. Now, within the Land Rover family, you of course have Range Rover, Discovery and Defender. And key to all three is design and obviously capability. But within the Discovery sub-brand, critical here is versatility. Let me explain to you how they've done it here. They've actually gone and put in the Discovery Sport the exact same rear suspension as you find in the Range Rover Sport. That gives you a lot more workable boot space. They've also put the spare wheel, which isn't a full, mounted underneath the boot. So you've got a really nice workable space to play with. Flick of the button, the 5+2-seater folds down and literally it becomes cavernous in terms of what you can load into this vehicle. It is class leading. For the first time ever in a Discovery, the second row of seats can now slide forward. Why this works? If it's a 5-seater, the second row of seats can push back, giving you beautiful leg room. But if it's space that you want for loading, slide the seats forward and your boot space at the back fills up. So versatility throughout. For me, what I really enjoy is the fit and finish and the quality materials that they've used in the Discovery Sport. A lot of the times we'll complain and say, hard plastic, but the hard plastic here looks good and it gives this car a real masculine feel. They've got the rubber mats, everything's been beautifully laid out. It really does feel like a man's car. What you will notice, they've got a new infotainment touchscreen system that works. Very easy to use, very user-friendly, and very quick to connect your phone, which is critical. USBs are there, auxiliaries are there. The only thing that's missing in this Discovery Sport is my beard. This is the hipster's ultimate vehicle. Now the trend, especially with your smaller SUVs, has been to go the soft roader style. After all, they are being used to run around in the cities and not to traverse mountain passes like we're doing today in Montague. But this is, after all, a Land Rover, and they've stuck to their guns with their all-familiar all-terrain system, which really does work exceptionally well. What is also nice is that it's got a whole new integral coil spring system and McPherson struts in the front. What I've noticed is driving it, whether you're on bumpy stuff like we are now or on the open gravel roads, the ride quality is just superb. I mean, I've been in cars that are bumpier on road than this car is off-road. Really, really impressive. The only negative thing for me though is, it's going to sound weird, it's got this amazing 9-speed auto transmission, but I find the 2-litre turbo petrol quite peaky, and I just find a lot of the time you're wanting to cruise and it's kind of hunting for gears. Bizarre considering it's a 9-speed box, but it's kind of all or nothing in terms of its torque delivery. Obviously on the bumpy roads now, we've optimized by going into the grass, gravel and snow mode, which then obviously gives you a lot more comfort, a lot more grip, but also obviously reduces the responsiveness of the throttle. And even in that mode, I'm still finding it all or nothing. Weird. As you would expect with the Discovery Sport, you have a choice of petrol or diesel. There's a 2-litre turbo petrol engine and a 2.2-litre diesel, and all the power plants come from within the family. In fact, the 2-litre turbo petrol that we're in, that engine's straight out of the Range Rover Evoque, and it's also mated to that 9-speed ZF transmission. The diesel, there are 2 power options available. You can go for the standard, which gives you 110 kilowatts and 400 newton meters, or the more powerful 140, 420 newton meter option. I haven't driven the diesel, but I can't imagine being any different there because the torque is delivered in such a narrow torque band. I'm imagining that the gearbox is going to struggle even more, and that's a pity, because other than that, I think this car is perfect. So I had this clever idea that we wouldn't do any tar road driving in the shoot. And then we came across this, Marius. I'm glad we did for two reasons. I was quite scathing of the drivetrain power plant combination, especially on the tight, twisty climbs on the dirt road. On the tar road, the relationship seems to work a lot better. Still difficult to get a really smooth drive, but if you put into paddle mode, then that box is seamless. But the more impressive part for me is we know that a Land Rover is going to be formidable and really capable off-road. But wow, what a dynamic drive on-road. And I guess it's a combination of their use of lightweight aluminium. They've put in that new rear suspension. It's got torque vectoring, which a lot of guys do, essentially braking the inner wheel and adding the drive to the outer wheel, so it's a lot more responsive on the turns. Wow, what an all-round super capable package. And with a price spread of 200,000 from low 500 for the entry-level S and your top spec HSE luxury, the low 700s, it's keenly priced when you consider its competitors. But one thing that sets it apart, this is a compact premium SUV that can really go anywhere.